right, guten Morgen. You guys ready? Yeah. All right, then. Let me clear my throat. Kick it over here, baby pop, and let all the fly skimmers feel the beat. Drop. All right, anyways. Hey, good morning. My name is Wayne McDonald. Welcome to Forex.Today, the YouTube community of almost 20,000 foreign exchange traders. We gather here today to conduct technical and fundamental analysis with the overriding goal of putting together trade plans throughout this beautiful New York trading session. Let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Ni hao ma! Hey, my name is Wayne. I'm a critic. I've been doing this for almost 20 years. Before that, I was a venture capitalist. Before that, I was in the high-tech venture capital entrepreneurial Silicon Valley. And before that, I ran a nonprofit organization of about 3,000 people in 27 locations across the United States. Sat on the board of directors with George Soros, the vice president of General Electric, the vice president of Arthur Andersen, a representative from the United Nations. And before that, I had a paper route. Whew. So, who are you? Are you a foreign exchange trader like me? Cool, because here's the thing. This is the best business out there I know of, and I've looked at thousands. So very cool. So thank you for being here. What is Forex? Well, we buy and sell money, and you simply have to know absolutely everything in the entire world and accurately predict the future every single day. Besides that, it's pretty straightforward and easy. Yeah. So anyways, ask questions, get involved, and I'll do my best to answer your questions, help you develop the skills necessary. Just so you know who I am, I'm a conservative, disciplined trader looking for repeatable trades. I do that through macroeconomic analysis of central banking policy and money supply, so on and so forth. You missed me on Friday. I wasn't here on Friday? What are you talking about? Interesting. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Anyways, I was here. I don't really generally miss days, so anyways, yeah. So ask questions, get involved, and I'll do my best to help. Pretty simple. One means of helping is recommending to you that you open an account at tradersway.com. Oh, I see. You weren't here on Friday. Okay. I'm like, I think I was here on Friday. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. Yeah, I recommend tradersway.com as your foreign exchange broker. They earned my loyalty and respect years ago. And their actions, not just their words, but their actions is what earned my loyalty and respect. So therefore, dude, seriously, visit tradersway.com, open up a demo account, give them an opportunity to earn your loyalty and respect. Yep. Fast execution speed, narrow spreads, wide swaps. Hey, those are all good. You're going to like that. But ultimately, I think you're going to choose the traders on their ethics, their business model, and of course, because they're above average, good-looking people. Tradersway.com. Coach, you said you were a bear on the U.S. dollar. Yeah. Since the Fed wasn't going negative under. Yeah. So shouldn't they be raising interest rates? They are raising interest rates. All right. Yeah. They are. Anyways, they are, dude. All right. Okay, now. Okay. Let's get going. What do you see? But isn't it? Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, are you talking about the stock market decline? Yeah, then you're not listening to the full story. I told you in October, November, and December, the stock market was going to decline by 10 to 20%, and that the dollar would be strong throughout January. And by this time in January, we would probably look to start selling US dollar again. So you're missing about a month out of the process. But anyways, what do we see here? Great big pigs, BOE rate hike. Okay, that's coming down the pipeline. Yeah. So remember, dollar strength is just seasonal. It's just seasonal. Oh, no, sorry. I'm just trying to figure out, because you opened up with stating everything, like the obvious, and then so I wasn't sure like what you were asking is what I was getting to. Okay. I will probably be short the US every day now, probably for the rest of my life, except in situations where there's a global financial crisis or exogenous shock. Okay? In which the world treats the dollar as a safe haven. Other than those situations, I will be selling the dollar. My analysis shows me that there's at least $4 trillion, too many dollars in the money supply. Anyways. All right, so this is happening because the Bank of England's going to raise interest rates soon. Okay, we're looking at this. Is this a key turning point? And this is supposed to be weak here, and literally it's not. but maybe it's going to find some more weakness, right? So I'm looking for turning points here. I'm not looking at the past and say because of the past it's going to do this. I'm going to look at this and see if now it's changing direction. So I'm looking to the future and then confirming the now. Okay. Okay. Dollar up, but maybe in a place of rotation. Aussie up. Kiwi up. Swissy down. So Swissy down, risk on. Kiwi up, risk on. Let's just do on. Okay. Risk on. Aussie up, risk on. Pound up, risk on. Euro, CAD. Remember, Canada did not raise interest rates. So that's probably a disappointment in the market. So let's go around, take a look at this world and see if everything is right. Okay. And we are now in a pattern. Okay. Down, support, 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 higher high, support, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Is that what's going to happen? I don't know. But you should already know if that's what you're looking for or expecting. Okay. Okay. Now, this is something that I've been looking for since probably Thursday or Friday. Whatever this was. So now we have the double bottom, the higher high. I'd call that a triple bottom, higher high. Is this a higher low? Well, and you had days to set that up, so we'll see. Now, we haven't cleared through resistance yet, but it might be the beginning of something interesting. Okay? And to refresh your memory, I actually set this up almost 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. And it looked like that. Let me go out to a higher time frame. Okay? Oops. There we go. It looked like that. That's what I did when we were way up here. Okay. Get ready for the pullback. So it pulled back. Now we're here, approximately 61.8. And like I said 3 weeks ago, maybe we're on our way here. It's not that we will. It's just we might. Now, if you were to analyze all that, okay, here is a counter trend trade. And when we get there, we expect it to go down to approximately the central pivot point. Okay. Then we locked in at a new monthly M2, which, if these two things hold and this pattern comes to fruition, predicts we go here. But like I said, that's what I did 2 or 3 weeks ago. So now the question is, will it? You're probably near you're near the right price and you're probably near the right time. So the thing is, if you have it planned, you're on it. Okay? And if you don't have it planned, you don't know what's going on. Now, here's the big challenge. This is where bears are going to sell. And again, that's pretty Captain Obvious stuff. So it could still do something like that. Bears would probably not know any of this and would just sell because it's basic price action. Okay? And again, I already have this highlighted for you. So this one I did well on. Okay? What went into this? This is the expected out. Okay? It's the Friday front run. This is an M2, and we're off to the races. Okay? What I did this one last night in the day trading group because we trade on discussed how this is my China play based on the new policies of the People's Bank of China that I'm looking for US dollar weakness, but maybe some Aussie dollar strength. So I took this last night and now I'm up 50, 60 pips. Cool. Nice. Hey, you're welcome. Okay. Any Elliott waivers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then a correction tomorrow, maybe? Could be a rabbit, could be. Okay. Our time frame to basically see where you are. Okay. So in that smaller time frame, it kind of says like this and then like this and then maybe upward momentum. We'll see. I don't know. Seasonality, again, I want this to weaken. And fundamentally, I want this one to strengthen. Will it happen? Well, the other way of looking at it, if you're a bull, some bulls would do this, like look for this pullback. I think if it's going to pull back more than 382, it's probably going to double bottom and then head up if you're a bull. Bears, you got this pretty simple, right? Basic price action. You find your levels of resistance, and bears will probably sell there. So that's why I'm kind of thinking we get this, and then at least some sort of structural correction. Okay, Kiwi, not as good, obviously, for the fundamental reasons, but I think this one's going to do better in April or March than it's doing now. Okay, so you got to kind of back up here. I'm trying to squeeze this in. Okay, how do you play this one? Double bottom, higher high, higher low buy, and now we're up here. I think I'll move my stop a little closer. Okay. So I'm basically break even. Cool, right on. Now, if this was going to remain bullish, you're going to look at this. Maybe you fib this sucker. Okay. Typically a 382 is what you'd want to hold. 618 is the sort of the last chance. I'm in at that, so it's not a good place. I mean, you could leave your stop down here for sure. Okay. Depends on how much you believe in this. Okay. I look at that, and it should go up before it comes down. Where would bears want to sell this? 66, but even more like 66 and a half, you know. Okay. Okay. Cool. And a dollar. I mean, all this. I mean, well, let's do Seek. Yesterday in the day trading group, I did a session on parabolic stop and reverse. Okay. And how to use it to measure sort of the strength of the bearish move. And remember, look at all these things. This is very, 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 very bullish. And for some reason, I come in bearish. Even though it's very, very technically bullish, there's definitely a trend. There's definitely moving averages. There's definitely all kinds of things. Price action is very bullish, all that kind of stuff. But I look to be a bear here. And anyways, down, up, and that's what seems to be plausibly in the play. Okay. So we'll see. We'll see what happens if this just corrects or if it actually eventually reverses. Okay. Again, why would this head down? Seasonality. But also for bulls, this is out of position. So it's kind of one of those things like you could take a shot, jam your stop, take a walk, and see what happens. Cool. Very quickly, let's look at commodities. Okay. Zoom in a little bit here. Maybe go to a 15-minute chart. Okay. You got to be very careful because I was listening to the news this morning and they were telling me oil is up again. Oil is up again. What does it mean? What does it mean? I'm like, wow, oil's up again. I log into this chart and I'm like, what? I guess Bloomberg thinks this is up. So you really got to be careful, huh? Really got to be careful. So that doesn't look like up to me, but what it does look like is an M. I think that's an M3, isn't it? Yes, it's an M3 with a double top. Okay, M3. This can lead to bearishness, but if you're going to trap it in a range, then it's kind of going to do this for a while and then maybe down. But I think there's a lot of people that could believe that we've come far enough on the short run. You understand that? Okay. Cool, right? Cool beans. So it may not be over. Gold, okay, stuck on a little bit of support. I think we had it like this last night in the swing trading group, but I'm generally not really interested. And also, I think it'd be quite interesting for this to go up to 2,000 in March. Or I mean in April. Can I say it right? I mean in February. Wouldn't that be neat? So we'd have to like stabilize here or here and then move around to the upside. So what does the chart say? I mean, there obviously I have some price action stuff going on there, but this says down to 1750. So let's say down to here. Okay. So let's kind of trap it in a range like this. And then if you're a bull, you want to, if you get the opportunity, of course, buy it. Okay. Neat, right? And we'll take a look at Bitcoin. Once again this morning, okay, I was told Bitcoin was down. And I'm like, well, it ain't that down. But anyway, so down, okay, higher low, higher low. What do you think? Recovery here? Double bottom, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. What's next? Lower low or higher high? I don't know. That's your call, bro. Okay? Put your big girl panties on. Okay? So now what? If it were to go high, what could we look at? Well, you have to look at where you are. So where is we? Okay? It would say if this recovers, then this could go all the way back to 77,000. And you're like, wait, there's no way it's going to 77,000. Well, it might take the rest of the year. Okay? Okay? Interesting, huh? So anyways, if that's going to happen, we need to find some stability. Okay. I mean, do you guys remember I wrote 33,333 is the projected bottom? Does anyone remember that? Nobody? I'm all by myself. Oh, nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Right? Nobody remembers that as a bottom? Yeah. All right. So the question is, are we on our way to 77,777? What would you need for that to happen? Weak U.S. dollar. When do I expect a weak U.S. dollar to show up? Today and tomorrow. So if that happens, and of course we don't know, but if it happens, when do you get on the clue train? So once again, if you use price action primarily, you're going to say, Wayne, what you're talking about doesn't exist. There's a high probability of up and then down. I totally agree with you. And I'm not trying to look at what has happened. Okay, so like when you're in racing school and you're racing cars as fast as they possibly can, you're redlining the whole thing. When you go into a corner, you got to just tiny bit squeeze the brakes. Just squeeze them just the slightest bit. And what it does is it pushes the nose down so that you can make a turn. I mean, if the front of your car is in the air, you're not going to make that turn. You understand? You got to change the weight from the back of the car to the front of the car, but not too much. So you just kind of flutter it, and then you go into the corner. But by the time you're already in the corner, you need to be looking way ahead. So usually the car is just starting the turn, but you're not looking out the windshield. You're looking out the side window. You're looking really at the next straightaway and the next turn. Okay? You're not looking out the front. You don't see where you are now. You've already prepared for that, and you've already done everything you need to do. So now you need to look out your out your driver's window to the next turn. And that's kind of what I'm doing here. I understand all this. I see that. But I'm kind of looking out my driver's window, looking for this, because that might be the next turn. Okay? Okay, so yes, I understand technically the next move is down, and that might happen, if maybe even probably happen. But in this situation, in this point in time specifically, because of things like seasonality, which has nothing to do with your chart, that might be the thing that occurs next. Yeah. Okay, so we did commodity pairs, dollar pairs. Okay, could be a good turning point. Okay, for peso, 21 was the number, and the number was 21, which is up here. But also you got to incorporate the new month. The new month said if there are bears, they're going to be here. And if so, they're going to take it downtown. Am I right? Once again, not on the charts. Down, down, down. Oops. Down, 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 down. Up, up. Down, 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 down. Right? It's actually up, 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 up. Down, down. Up, 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 up. Now, we don't know if it's going to go up or not, but here's the thing. Based on the methodology I teach at FX Bootcamp, you could very much expect, despite this supposed to be technically going up, okay, that it starts to come down. Not that it will, but you could definitely keep your eyes wide open for it to happen here at this price and this time. because bulls, even though the market is bullish, you see the technical analysis, everything says bullish. However, based on not price action, but market action, bulls are out of position. So there's like basically, if you're an Elliott wave person, a 3-wave correction could lead to something like this, right? Of course, a 3-wave correction would be down 1, 2, 3, okay? And then maybe a move this way, okay? Okay, so either way, a bear can take a shot and at least be partially right for part of the time, which means you should be able to not lose money. And then bulls take over again and drive it north. Okay, that's fine. That's cool. And sometimes it doesn't work that way. Sometimes it full on reverses this. So will that happen in February? Well, tell you what. Okay, tell you what. I prepared everyone to be buying, in this case, selling this pair here, buying this pair here. And now the interesting thing is the same forces that make me think this, down, then up, the same forces say down here, but probably only to the double bottom, actually. But okay, nonetheless, down from here is the same forces that created this. Now, this is normal. Down for USD Mexican peso is normal for December. Up for USD Mexican peso is normal for January. Down for USD Mexican peso is normal for February. So we don't know if it will happen, and every year is different, and we have a very complicated fundamental picture this year. But nonetheless, the technical analysis says look for the bigger than normal drop, lower high, lower low scenario right here, right now. Okay. Why? Karen wants to know. Seasonality, Karen. What does that mean? It means, think of it this way. That's what it normally does. Okay. And the best way to describe why that is, it has to do with human nature. There's some reason for the need for humans to buy US dollar in January. Now, I've described it as rotation. I've described it as a rebalancing. I've discussed it as a tax strategy for U.S. Money managers. Nonetheless, that is what usually happens. And then the counter of that is the opposite. So whatever made that happen, now the opposite happens. So in this case, I told everybody, even back in summer, think about this, guys. Back in summer, I said, the stock market's going to come down in January, so I'm going to start saving cash. Okay? How many people here remember that? All the way back in summer, I'm going to start saving cash. And the reason I'm saving cash is that when the stock market comes down in January, I'm going to buy it. Probably around the third week, because there'll be a false rally in the third week of January. Now, this year we didn't get the false rally, but maybe it's about to start, whatever. So the idea is, if the stock market came down and made this go up, then the next move would be for the stock market to go up and this for this to go down. Yeah, thank you, Brian. Yeah, that's right. We got Lunar New Year as well. So what? Right. So, anyways, be careful. All right. So that's that. Okay. Yens are up. Yens are up. Yens are up. Yens are up. And yens are up. Cool. So I'm sure you picked your favorite pair. Let me zoom in here. How do you trade the range? I covered this last week. I said, I'm bullish on this. And the way to trade this is buy at the bottom, okay, or buy off the breakout. So, okay, now, of course, you may have tried this. It's not my favorite setup, but you could. But this is the advice I'd given last week. You buy at the bottom, you buy at the top. I described that I'm a bull, but I understand that this is not bullish. I gotcha. But once again, new month, new pivots. That's what it says. Now, if there are bears in this world, they're going to live right here. I'm not looking at, right? They're going to live up here. Now, interesting, that's an, oops. The interesting part of that is that's an R1. So I think if they were real bears, they would have shorted here, and they didn't. So this is going to be a positive feedback loop for my bullish brain, even if it's nonsense. My bullish brain is going to say, they didn't short on me here, so this is going to break out and we're on our way up. Because I got my seasonality with me, I got my pivots with me, I got the range with me, I did not see bears go against me. So the next move is take out all of these guys, hit their stops, and we're golden. Okay? We're golden. Cool. Okay? Cool, dude. Aussie's Oscar Mike. Okay. Oh, wait. I got a fib on this somewhere. Oh, yeah. All right. So I'm trying to explain to you here. Okay. In previous presentations, I've explained to you why this area right here is interesting to me as a bull for buying. So I've done this multiple times. Okay. I've clearly explained the process here. And now this is, as a bull, what I expect to be the buy zone for the month. And that at the end of the month, we're going to be on our way to 85. Okay. Now, I'll repeat this because it's important. I've already done this for you probably 3 weeks ago. Think about that. I've already done this 3 weeks ago. Now, if you're treating a 15-minute chart, you probably have forgotten all this data. You don't see it. All you see is down, and you're missing the idea of that's what's supposed to happen. Now, okay, even though this has been a challenging year and we've had quite a bit of volatility, okay, I've trained you year after year after year after year. Go watch a video of me, let's say 6 years ago. I don't even know what 6 years ago was. It's just a random year. Go back and listen to me, especially if you're in like October or something, right in the middle of the quarter. Typically, December is up for this. Okay? January is a mixed bag. Okay? And now, but in this case, this is down. Now, this can be up. It can be up. It can be down. It has a lot to do with market conditions. In a normal market, very often, Aussie yen will continue basically up. It wouldn't pull back this much, but this year is slightly different, and every year will be slightly different. But nonetheless, I would say February is up. Okay? And that March is down. Yeah, I know this stuff's complicated. So we'll see. So that's why I have it set up this way. I want you to understand that I'm thinking weeks ahead here. Okay, somewhere around here, very often we get some up. Okay? You see that? So I don't know if that's what's going to happen, but what I'm trying to train you to do is say, well, around here, you should, if you see something, you should like pay serious attention to it. And what do we see now? Up. Real up. Okay? I would pay attention to this price. I would pay attention to that price. And so on and so forth. Could be interesting. Okay? You're like, I don't buy dips. I got you. But now, technically, this is higher than that. And if you're using the 15-minute chart, look at my price action pivot points. Let's do it this way. Let's get rid of biased pivots. Okay. Let's get rid of that pivot. Let's get rid of that pivot. I'll leave zigzag. But check that out. Might be a bullish. Don't you think? Cool. Right on. Hey, so could I be so bold and to ask you for some thumbs up, please? It's a Monday. It's a Monday. I know you might have forgotten. Thank you. Right on. So great. So a very good start to, even though it's the last day of January, I'm well mentally and emotionally into February. And in fact, if you're in my day trading group or my swing trading group, we've been setting up February now for at least a week, probably a week and a half. We've been on February. So if you're like, why does he keep talking about February? It's still technically January. Dude, January's been over for a long time in my book. So cool. So now we're on this. And I hope, if anything, you walked away with an understanding that sometimes you need to be staring out your windshield and some you need to be staring out your driver's side window looking for the next turn. Because you always need to be on the right line. It's not good enough to just go fast. I want to go fast. Okay? What you'll see is people that slam on the gas and then slam on the brake and then slam on the gas. They don't have control of their vehicle. They're not being efficient. I mean, they're getting around the course, but they're making a bloody mess of it. It's probably loud. You hear the wheels squealing everywhere because they're out of control. The weight of the car is all over the place. And, well, what that means is you're slow. You get around the track and you're like, man, I'm so fast. I got my foot slammed down all the way to the floor. Yeah, but then you got to slam the brakes to the floor. And what happens is you're slow as molasses on a cold Georgia morning. So the thing is, you need to be efficient, effective. You need to be looking sometimes in the rearview mirror, right? You got to use your mirrors. You got to flutter the gas pedal, flutter the brakes. Sometimes you're looking straight out the window. Sometimes you're looking out left because you're looking for the next corner. And the thing is, you want to be smooth. You want to be consistent. And you want to be reliable. This is a long race. This isn't a drag race. This is like Le Mans. The number one goal for you as a racer in Le Mans, the 24-hour of Le Mans, is that you don't want your car to break down. Yes, you want to be fast. You don't want to crash your car, and you don't want to break your car. You want to be steady and reliable. And the number one goal is to cross the finish line when they're waving a checkered flag. Okay? So again, you want to be smooth and gentle. You want to be consistent and reliable. And then you have a chance at winning. Peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. If you're in my day trading group, I will see you at 7 p.m. for the Asia Open. And if you're in my day trading group, you'll be with Ryan at 2 a.m. for the European Open. For everyone else, see you in the morning. Peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May our profits be above average. Remember, drop by Traders Way, open an account, or drop by FX Bootcamp and open up an account. Cheers.